How do I handle interactions with law enforcement as a state citizen? So, David, you're asking questions that are going to be huge in nature. And I am one of those guys that we're going to address how to handle law enforcement in the very short coming weeks. We've already addressed it before, but we're going to address it from a standpoint of enforcement, meaning docs, meaning how do you react? How do you act? But number one, as a state citizen, I hold a driver's license in my wallet because I recontracted with the DMV. So I hand a driver's license, which does not mean I'm a U.S. citizen. I hand insurance, which does not mean I'm a U.S. citizen. And I hand registration, unless I own the title of the vehicle and have the MSO. I hand it to a law enforcement officer. And I get the ticket and I go away and I call 1-800-tickets or whatever the numbers are. I get the attorney for $99 to go and appear in court and get the ticket over. See, in this nation, these people calling themselves sovereign citizens or people trying to be free that the government is nailing as sovereign citizens are doing it ineffectively and wrong. They're spending 14 to 15 hours. Now, listen, I remember fighting a ticket and winning the ticket after 20 plus hours of work. I remember doing this myself. And then about a year and a half later, I get pulled over, I beat the ticket, but I had a suspended license. I said, why is my license suspended? I ended up going down to the DMV and the DMV says, your license was suspended by the judge. And I said, why? I won the case. And it did not matter. They had the ability, even though I won and beat the ticket, they had the ability to give me $1,000 fine to reinstate the suspended license. That's what they did. They controlled the license. So do I want to play ball as the sovereign citizen, or do I want to control the contract, which is what this ministry does? We control the narrative of the agreement and we don't get hassled on the side of the road. We're not taking risks with our family. And hey, David, there is coming a time, I'm going to tell you right now, there is coming a time, whether it's in 3 years, 5 years, what have you, where you may not be able to get a license without or on your butt. You may not be able to unless you can prove that element. And so I'm long gone from having a license at that time. Is that going to prohibit me from traveling? It may. These are those things that they control the ports, they control the streets, they control everything. Do I have the ability to bring suit? Do I have the ability to bring a stop action? Yeah. Do I have the ability to go after their bonds? Yeah. Is it all a total pain in the butt? Yeah. So what we are doing is we're solidifying who you are in writing with the Department of State, restructuring all of your agreements on the private side to be a state of the union citizen, where you're now the beneficiary and not the trustee on the DL, the voters and all these adhesion trusts. They're adhesion trusts. They're not adhesion contracts, which allows for you to restructure the trust nature of who you are on that trust. No longer trustee, no longer surety, no longer collateral, moving yourself into position of beneficial interest and assigning them through the same Form 56 with the IRS. You can assign them fiduciary responsibility as the trustee of the HISadvocates trust in that particular contract. So that's all we do. We don't use the Form 56. We do it in docs, and it's done very well. When you read our docs, I think you'll be quite satisfied with what we've done here.